Hi, I'm Mary Beth Stapleton, Manager of Family and Community Partnerships for Hartford County Public Schools. Welcome to the Parent Academy Real Talk on safety and security. We're doing a series of safety and security talks for parents and what they need to know about safety and security in our schools. With me today, I have Mr. Brooks, who's our Chief of Security. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Brooks.
Thank you for having me.
And we also have a representative from Aberdeen Police Department. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Corporal Jason Neidig. I spent 6 years as the SRO at Aberdeen Middle School. Got promoted in March of last year, and now I'm the supervisor of them.
Wonderful. So thinking about the Aberdeen community and the SRO work for the Aberdeen Police Department, could you describe a bit about your department? How do you work with the schools? How many staff do you have? What do you do every day?
We work side by side with the school administrators. We try to engage students in a positive manner based off the National Association of School Resource Officers and the Maryland Model SRO components. And that is to educate students, counsel with them, mentor them, and not get too much involved in law enforcement activities. We try to let the school deal with the discipline, and if need be, law enforcement intervention. Just because there's law enforcement intervention does not necessarily mean a student is referred to the Department of Juvenile Services or under arrest.
Okay, and that's interesting because I do think parents sometimes get a little concerned about engaging with law enforcement because they think that could occur, but it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like a resource for parents, and we've been stressing that.
Yeah, and we try to connect with not only the student but the parents as well. One of the things I drive to the SROs in Aberdeen is to, when there is an issue and a parent comes in to pick up a student, introduce themselves to the parent, get to know the parent, and offer their phone number in case they need any assistance outside of the school as well.
Very good. And Mr. Brooks, just thinking about, to parents understand, so there's several different police departments that support the School Resource Officer Program, correct? Could
Yes.
you explain that a bit?
So we have our Hartford County Sheriff's Office as one of our member partner agencies that supply school resource officers for us. And we also have Aberdeen, where Corporal Neidig is from, and then we have Havre de Grace and the Bel Air Police Departments, both respectively provide SROs to our schools.
Nice, very good. And with Aberdeen, when we say Aberdeen, what schools do you have school resource officers in?
So currently we have a school resource officer at Aberdeen High School, Aberdeen Middle School, and we do have an allotment for additional SRO, which would cover the 3 elementary schools. That their home base would be Halls Crossroad Elementary School.
And the other 2 elementary schools are?
They would be served by that 3rd SRO.
And is that Bakerfield?
Bakerfield Elementary and George D. Lisby.
Oh, great. Good for parents to know. Very good. And then just finally thinking about, from your role as a school resource officer or overseeing the program, what do you want parents to know about safety, and how can parents support the work and support your staff in making sure that our children are safe in school and in the community?
I think the biggest disconnect right now in the community is parents coming forward to let us know what they're seeing in the community that may come into the school, as well as what's happening on social media, or they're afraid to report tips. Of something they see that might not be right. They'll share it with other parents on social media, but they won't reach out to the school or law enforcement. I think that it's important that they reach out to the school administrators and to law enforcement when they see something. They can remain anonymous, but that tip gives us something to start to look into.
Okay.
By doing that, it makes the partners with Hartford County Public Schools, the school administration, and law enforcement stronger, as well as the community-parent relationship. It'll just make the school a better place if we can have that information on the front end instead of walking into it that morning.
Right, and thinking about communication with parents, sometimes parents rely on their children. Either they text them during the school day or they talk with them after school about what they're seeing. But perhaps the best way to go, Mr. Brooks, is really not to always rely on the kids for information. Maybe we need to reach out right to the school and get it from them.
We would appreciate tremendously if when parents hear something or they sense something is going on, or if their children bring them information, that they immediately contact the school. And what it does is it helps us to, one, understand what the situation is, but it also helps us to stop any disinformation that may start to disseminate, any untrue, rumors that may start. We can get out in front of these situations. We can talk to the students who are involved, and more importantly, we can do an assessment as to whether or not information that's coming out is valid information, right? Verifiable information, or whether or not it's something that's just been made up.
And that's really important. And I think having that two-way communication, to your point, rather than just rumors on Facebook, is really important to know. And that you are a resource and your staff is a resource for parents to reach out to.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for this information. I'm sure it eases the minds of parents to know that you're both working every day on behalf of our children to keep them safe. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.